intolerance, everything. Yeah. So I'm like, Mom, anything
That
else
was
you want to
me.
tell me about this bucket the turnpike? What else do I have to get ready for?
Right, we're gonna keep all this down. What's going on? It's gonna, with the hot,
What
it's really gonna
else?
start sweating next week. It is no, it's so funny. Oh, that looks good. Okay, perfect. All right, we're on. Well, we're not on. So let me share this.
Okay, I'm gonna sit up and be a good guy. And Lord Jesus, Lord baby Jesus, please don't let anybody call me any crazy questions.
I know.
No, I don't know. I'm sorry.
Harry knows when I go like this, it means
Just
he
hang up on it.
hang up, cut off. Are we?
You
Your
ready?
preview. Yeah, because I'm gonna
I'm
once
just
you
gonna
share
refer
it.
everybody to the website if I don't know a question. I
Yeah.
probably know most of them, but I'm like, listen, cityofnewhaven.com.
Yes. Let me see.
And I'm trying a new nail color. I didn't think I would like it.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's a good summer color.
Yeah.
That's a really good
I
summer
know, my
color.
nail tech won't let me do anything dark because of the summer. She's like, no, we need to go light.
Yeah, like
You always do purples and deep colors and all
Yeah,
Because I
because
think
of your hair
Because I
too.
think everything isn't for everybody. Like bright reds, I won't do that. Because I feel like I'm like Esther Roll. Like my fingers look like Esther Roll's fingers with the bright red. I just can't.
I know. I just started doing
Pardon the
like
girl
pinks. I know.
He's like, what the hell is going on?
He's like, what are you guys talking about?
What is it? Hair, nails.
And you have Erica's name, Erica Bogan, Erika.
No, I don't have it.
Bogan. All right, let me know when you go on. Oh, it is
Well, it's
live?
on live, yeah.
Okay.
You want me to,
Yeah, 'cause I can
Erica
share.
Bowden, right?
Yep.
No, Bogan. Bogan.
Hold on.
All right, well, I'm just trying to figure out why I'm not seeing it on here.
Erica. Spell your last name?
And there it is.
B as in boy. O-G-A, and it's in Nancy.
B-O-G-N.
B-O-G-A-N.
O-A. That's it? Bowden?
Bogan. My family and Alisa's parents grew up together.
Yes. I love your mother. Oh my God.
I know.
I
love
see her
her.
and I get the
She's so
best
cute.
hugs.
She's killing the game with the blonde hair. I can't with Millicent.
I know. Isn't she?
She is hysterical. I love her. And your father was like the epitome of like cool, calm, and collected. He's just like hanging out.
As long as he's like on his little golf course, he's good.
Oh, I'm not mad at him.
Yeah. My mother's like, you do that. All right. You're going on. And just get really intimate with the mic. Welcome to the Culture Cocktail Hour. I am your host, Alisa Bowens-Mercado, and each and every Thursday at 1 p.m. I sit in this chair and I train in my dance shoes and I spend time with you, the listeners, to talk arts, culture, radio, and much more. Today I have a very special guest with me. She is a great friend. We were just talking about our parents. Grew up together and just amazing. So it's always so good to have friends as special guests here. And I have Erica Bogan in the house with me. And we are going to be talking about her career as a firefighter in this great city of New Haven and her accomplishments, what she's doing, and the process now that we'll discuss this, of New Haven, of how you can become a firefighter. So we are delighted to have her sitting in with us at the Culture Cocktail Hour. We're going to have a great show, folks. So we want you to sit back, relax. You know it's 5 o'clock somewhere. You are listening to the Culture Cocktail Hour. Yes, it's Thursday. I wish it was 5 o'clock somewhere. Erica, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's so good to see you as always. Looking wonderful, wonderful,
I'm
wonderful.
trying to keep up with you.
Girl, I think the older we get, I think, well, the more seasoned we get, I think
Yes.
the betterness in us comes out. I don't even know if that's a word, but you
That's
know,
okay. It
it's
can be
the
your word today.
the betterness. The word for the day is betterness. It just comes out and comes out and comes out, and that's a wonderful thing. But I'm excited for a couple of reasons to have you on because you have done something in the city that most women, and we'll just kind of, this is live talk, real talk, have. I mean, you ventured into a career that completely male dominated.
Right.
Okay, and so we want to. That's a lot to be applauded because number one, you're in a male dominated field, but you are protecting and serving this city in so many different ways, and are going to get into that. So we want to say thank you for serving and protecting and keeping this city of New Haven safe.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Yes, yes, yes. And folks, don't forget the phone lines are open. We want to make sure that people call in. They can ask about your career. They can ask about the process, different stages of applying.
Mhm.
And do you have what it takes? Or if you have what it takes and you've applied already, what to expect if you want to become a firefighter in the city of New Haven.
Right.
So I'm so happy to have you here. But tell us a little more about when you started. We know 19 years, my gosh.
It's been a long road.
It's been,
A long road.
but 19 years plus on the department. So just let us know, let our listeners know what they can, like, how did your ambition, where did it come from?
Well, I took some time off out of the workforce to have my family and get married and all that kind of thing. And
Right.
I took 4 whole years off. So when I went back into the job market, the first job that I got, I was a 911 dispatcher
Wow.
for the city of New Haven.
Okay.
And that's how it got started because contrary to popular belief, when you call 911 in New Haven, it goes straight to the fire department. And
Right,
then the fire
okay.
department will triage the call and figure out, if police response is required, if it's medical, if it's fire, or, what exactly is going on.
Oh, wow. So you guys get that. You get that first.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So because then police communications and fire communications were in 2 separate locations. We were in the sub basement at 200 Orange, and police communications was at 1 Union. But
Right.
they have since gotten together in the same room, but on different sides.
Okay.
But it's still triaged that way.
Wow. So you were answering calls and like you said, just like dispersing either EMTs or the
Right.
police or fire. So now, how long were you there?
I did dispatching for I think almost 3 years. I got there August of 1995, and when I first got to dispatch, everybody there that worked there said, "Well, how come you just didn't try out to be a firefighter?"
Right.
Because I guess the process was happening right around that time, or it just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because I didn't know about it. And that's why it's important for me to be here now.
Absolutely.
And, be as visible as I can in the community to let other young ladies know that it is attainable and it is possible for them.
That's right.
And it's reachable, and it's an idea that if you never thought about it the way I did,
Right.
that, this is something to think about. Because
Right.
it's not just a job, it's a career. It's
Right.
life-changing.
Absolutely.
And you can do so many other things, and it's such an
Through
amazing
that.
springboard for
Mhm.
3 million other things that you might want to do.
Exactly. And like you said, you've been doing this 19 years now.
Yeah.
But 19 years ago, that was not even a thought.
It wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah, you were happy, had your family, and you
Yeah.
said, okay,
Yeah,
dispatch this is great, but never thought about like really kind of like the career,
Right.
Where that was going. Well, so now 19 years later, so you get on the department because I think this is fascinating. I like, I love backstories, so I love details. So, did you apply that year?
No, I didn't, because
Okay.
the fire department, the city of New Haven has very specific parameters for when they accept applications versus when the deadline is, there, and then they close.
Mhm.
So the next time it came around,
Right.
I applied then.
Okay.
So then I was able to leave dispatch. I started August of 95, and I left dispatch December of 97 to start the academy.
Wow. So, and there was an application process.
Yes.
Okay, and so then, are you thinking, all right, I'm going to have to go into a fiery building. I have to save people. Were you nervous and excited, at the same time around application time? Because I think some people will think, I just don't know if I'm cut out for that.
Right, right. Well, it's a common question. I've never felt any fear as far as fires. I may have felt fear in other arenas.
Right.
During, different medical calls where, our safety was threatened,
Right.
by other people. But as far as fighting fire, no, I didn't really have any fear
Okay.
of that. And as far as being nervous, I think that my time in dispatch with the fire department, learning, the ins and outs, yeah, and, how they respond and what they do sort of gave me a leg up in that area.
Right.
So I had a little less fear of the unknown.
Exactly. The precursor of, okay, you've heard these calls because,
Mm-hmm.
You're dealing with raw emotion.
Oh, yeah.
You're dealing with, people and humans, and they're calling,
Yeah.
and there's like, if you're calling 911, then obviously something.
You're not having a good day.
You're not having, you are not having a good day.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, I think, allowed you to, I guess, prepare yourself for, the next
Right.
step in the next phase.
Right.
So now there's currently, and I know we had posted some stuff, just saying about applications.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you just explain how many applications are in this process?
Well, the city, from what I've seen and what I've read and what I've verified, used to, I think, have like an unlimited amount of applications, but they have since capped it. So 500 resident applications and 500 non-resident.
Wow. So
and it's all done online.
it's all online. Okay. So before there could be 5,000 applicants
Yeah.
at one point.
Mhm.
And so now the city has broken that down to
Yeah.
500 residents, 500
Yeah, I think they're trying to streamline the process.
Okay. So and now we have there was an ongoing recruitment and application process,
Yes.
but we have since learned that I think we have gotten all 1,000
Yeah, I believe so.
applicants. So
I was actually contacted by someone out of state who said that someone that they knew was trying to apply, and they got a message that that wasn't possible. So I checked, and it was capped. But I don't know if it's just New Haven residents that are capped, or both, or either.
got it. So why don't we suggest? I guess folks go to the website.
Yes.
Maybe. Okay. So do we have the website? I think I have the
We
website.
do. It's
Okay.
www.cityofnewhaven.com.
Got it. And then they can find out about recruitment.
Yes, there's a link right on the homepage.
Okay. And now, are you seeing more folks of color in the city? Because I mean, we're in the Elm City. It is the majority. I think over 70-something% African American and Hispanic. Are we seeing folks of color actually applying to most of these jobs?
I think the last few classes that have come on, we've definitely seen, more Hispanics and, more Black, firefighters that are joining the ranks. And interestingly enough, 2 years ago, we actually got our first Latina.
Nice. All right. Shout out to the Latina firewoman.
Hey.
All right. Eso. Bien, huepa.
Oh, you're too grown for me.
It's always great to see women, in, like I said, in this position. I just think it's commendable. I think it's amazing.
Well, you know what it is? I think that people don't know or don't realize that we are out there. Like,
Right.
I can't even tell you how many times people have seen me in my uniform, whether I'm on duty or off duty, and the first thing out of their mouth, oh, I didn't know there were anyone on that job.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
well, where are you? We never see you. Because, like you said, it is a predominantly male, dominated job.
Mm-hmm.
And, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
Because
it's not.
my coworkers are very capable, but to date, we only have 11 women
Wow.
out of almost 400.
Okay. In the city.
Yes,
Okay.
serving the city of New Haven in the capacity of firefighter, which is not a big number at all.
Right.
It
So
really isn't. And Chief Alston's mission is to attract and recruit more women to the ranks.
right. And shout out to Chief Alston, who
Yes.
is doing a great job.
Yes,
Here in the city.
He has a lot of energy and a new vision, and it's very, very exciting. It really, really is.
That is so good. Okay, so now let's don't forget, phone lines are open 203-872-7356. Call in to say hi. Call in to ask Erica questions. Because I think it's fascinating, because I want to know what's your day like? let's just go walk through your day and let everybody know what it is to be like around the firehouse. Because I heard you guys cook some really mean meals, so I have to ask. Yeah. So what's a typical day if somebody's saying, "Wow, this could be a great job, a great career"?
Mm-hmm.
What is their day going to be like?
Okay, well, it depends on if you're working a day shift or a night shift. If
Okay,
you're
so
working
day shift.
Day shift is typically 8 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
But we, as a courtesy, show up as early as 7 a.m.
Got it.
to relieve the person
that's
leaving.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So when you first show up in the morning, the first thing you want to do is if you have your gear with me, like I travel with my gear because I work overtime at other firehouses.
Okay.
So you show up with your gear, relieve whoever you relieve.
Mm-hmm.
Check in with the officer. You check your gear, check your your Scott bottle to make sure that that's operational. Check your equipment, check the medical equipment. The driver's job is to check, the entire, we call it a piece, the engine.
Okay.
So it's his job to check
make sure
piece.
The tires,
right.
Make sure
have
the
brakes are working.
Air brakes.
Yes, the air brakes and all that kind of thing. And after that, we do roll call,
mm-hmm.
where we are looked at to make sure we're presentable.
Right.
And then we go into housework because we're responsible for doing all of our upkeep and housework at the firehouse.
Okay, so upkeep, like make sure the refrigerator's stocked and like the beds. I don't water. I don't know, water and Gatorade. I don't know.
Well,
so
food, but not really.
Food.
No.
I'm probably hungry right now, but yeah.
But no, we do our own housework. So we're mopping, we're sweeping, we're taking out the trash. We have to clean the refrigerator out once a day.
Right.
Just every all the little things around the firehouse that you would do at home. Sweeping, mopping, doing the dishes. The day shift typically makes the beds for the night shift.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But on our first day, everybody from the night shift is gone usually.
Right.
So we don't do anything that day. But the next
day you have to.
Right.
Oh, they fire me. They be like, Alisa, you need to get up and do something.
Like, hello.
Like, hi. Can you work? We need the bed. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're cleaning toilets, mopping floors, taking out the trash.
I would be the entertainment. I would teach salsa lessons at the firehouse every day. I'd be like, y'all got the chores, I got the dance class, we're good.
Yeah, and then on certain days we have, outside things. Like Saturday is, yard work outside. Whether it's, raking leaves or, cutting the grass. The grass gets cut every Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, and the houses that have more than one level, that have fire poles, the poles have to be polished, certain days of the week. And all the windows, the big windows that you see in the front, have to be washed on certain days of the week. So there's always something to do on day shift. And if it's not that, then there's some sort of training.
That's ongoing training.
Yeah, there's ongoing training for all kinds of things because we're responsible for completing a certain amount of training classes every month.
Wow.
Whether it's hydrant operation or balloon frame construction or tools, forcible entry, all the things that we may have to employ at calls.
It's constant educational,
continuing education.
Mm-hmm. That is awesome. So now, what happens when a call comes in? And God forbid, like I said, because that's why, you're there, like you said, 911 gets called, they send it out to you. So you gear on and go to the call. Is how quick is it from the time that you get the call?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like in a big alarm system that rings through the, is somebody picking up the phone? I just think this is fascinating.
I'm going to have you come visit.
Yes, I would love to do that. No, seriously. I just think it's fascinating. You get the call and then it's just
right. Way long time ago, there used to be just one tone for everything.
Okay.
But several years ago, they switched to a straight tone for non-fire, for fire, for that kind of thing. And then there's a broken tone for medical calls because the greater majority of what we do is medical. I think at last count it was like 80% of the calls that we respond to are medical. So everybody on the engine is either an EMT or a paramedic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's why when you go certain places in New Haven and you see an ambulance and an engine, because we are the first responders in the city of New Haven.
Got it.
And then AMR comes to transport.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We can't throw them on the hose bed of the engine and say, okay, we're going to go to the hospital.
Right, that's not gonna work.
Right.
But you are there to usually probably secure like the scene or,
Yeah, it depends on it depends on the call.
so then you get the call and the alarms go off and then you
Right.
get in the engine
So we
and you
hear,
go.
if it's a medically a do 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 to get our attention, and then all the lights come on in the firehouse
Yeah.
to get our attention because that's a nighttime thing. If you're
Right.
trying to rest at night, then the lights
Everything
get your
just.
attention, and they tell us where to go
Oh, okay.
and what it's for. And we just wherever we are in the firehouse, we stop what we're doing, get on the engine and go. So it really is a relatively quick process.
Wow.
And then our response time, everybody's response time is different, will be different
Right.
based on if they're in quarters or not, or what's going on in quarters.
Okay, now it's quarters meaning it
Quarters
actually
meaning the firehouse.
Firehouse. Okay.
Right. Because sometimes you have engines that are changing over. Sometimes you have engines that are changing the hose because the hose has to be changed once a month. All the hose on the engine comes off, and new fresh hose goes on.
Wow.
So if you have something like that going on, your response time may be delayed by a minute or two.
Okay.
But usually, I think the benchmark is like 3 minutes, maybe 4.
Okay. Wow.
In anybody's district.
That's amazing. So do you want to shout out to your engine again? I know you said that you have your engine, and so now where is your engine?
My engine is engine 5.
All right.
We serve the east side of the city. East side.
East side. What's up? East side. Yes.
Yeah,
engine 5.
Emergency 1.
Awesome. That is
so
great.
We serve the annex in East York.
That is amazing. That is amazing. You know what? We're going to take a short break. Don't forget phone lines are open. 203-872-7356. Give us a buzz. This is a fascinating conversation about, Erica and her career and being a firefighter. I think it's just
awesome.
Amazing. And when we come back, we're actually, if you did apply for a position or, application online, Erica's going to kind of walk you through I guess what to expect.
Right.
All right. So give us a buzz, 203-872-7356. Our phone lines are open, folks.
It's just like having lunch. This is great.
Huh? I totally want to come in. That is just so fascinating.
Actually, when you get a chance, and things are so crazy now because there have been so many promotions and all like that. Like we just lost a shift member who got promoted to lieutenant. So after things settle down, and after everybody's back from vacation, because this is a popular time of the year.
Okay.
Take vacation,
yeah.
We'll have you over for dinner.
Yes, please. That would be great.
Yeah, we love guests. But only the cool ones, not the
Yeah,
jerks.
no. You can't have anybody in your engine like, oh.
Like, yeah, no.
No good. And we'll talk about Harry, no calls yet?
No calls and
They don't want to talk to us.
and no text yet on Facebook.
Okay.
Really?
That's
just
crazy. I know. They should be calling us. Can they hear us now? Do you have the sound?
On Facebook, they can hear us.
Okay.
Not on the radio, but on Facebook.
Okay. All right. Let me go back to my thingy and tell people to call in and post.
Oh, it only got 1 like. There were 3 people watching live. 5.
I have 147.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
There's
wow.
people watching, yeah.
Yeah, mine only says 5. Why is it doing that?
Which one are you on?
I'm on yours. On your page. It says 5 people are watching.
Maybe because we went on break. Wait a minute. Yeah, 157 views. Oh, you know what we're going to do? Oh, Harry, do you have that stand thingy?
It's right there. Look, Alisa. Up.
Oh, damn. I can't see with my glasses on. Oh, it's ridiculous. Now, will they be able to hear Erica if I put this on, if I go live?
Yep.
They will?
Yeah.
I just shared it to my page.
Oh, good.
I didn't want to be rude and do it while we were talking.
Right, okay, yeah, no, that's good. Oh, and I wanted to talk about the hotter than heck. I have this concept
Oh,
The Hotter
Lord.
Than Heck Festival. I'm going to talk to you about that. We'll talk about it on air. That'd be great because I know people would do it. They really would.
The Hotter Than Heck Festival.
Yes.
What is it about? Something smells good. Do you smell that?
They brought food.
They always bring
No,
food.
I smell like something fried.
Something
like fried
fried?
chicken or.
Yeah,
oh,
they
my
probably
Lord.
brought food.
Okay, we're going to go back in.
Okay.
Darn it. I was going to go live on this because sometimes when we go live,
Mm-hmm.
it actually, we get more views on that. Okay, status. Call in. 27372.
And my phone is about to die.
Oh, it is.
Oh. Oh, here.
All right. Well, all right. All right, here. And welcome back to the Culture Cocktail Hour. I am your host, Alisa Bowens-Mercado, and I'm joined by my special guest. It's so weird saying my last name. I gotta get used to that.
Get used to it.
Yes, I
It's
tell
been
my
a
husband
little
all the
while.
time. 7 months. Yay,
Oh,
7
yay.
months. I'm still newlywed. But it's funny though, because I'll be like, Alisa Bowens. Oh, Mercado. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's me. Yeah.
So we are back, and Erica has been sharing with us her career as a firefighter in the city of New Haven, and it's just fascinating. And she invited me. Things after things kind of calm down, this summer. But I do want to take a visit to the firehouse because I just think that's great.
Absolutely.
I just think it's amazing, and we have. There was recruitment the last couple weeks,
Yes.
and so I know that there was 500 for residents, 500 for non-residents, and I think that went into a cap. And so thank you for applying. So if you were out there and you're looking for a career in to be a firefighter, then this was something really, really, really good to sign up for. So good luck to those. Give us a buzz, 203-872-7356. We are live, and I'm talking, like I said, with Erica in studio. But Erica, let's go through now the process. So say someone has applied for the job.
Okay.
Okay. What's the next step?
The next step after, well, they were supposed to register on this website that's on the flyer for
Okay.
all of the information and updates. But after you apply, then you will be sent a notification that invites you to take the written exam.
Okay, so there's the application, then the written exam.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So after you take the written exam, then you take the physical agility exam.
Right. So you got to be in pretty good shape if you
Yes.
want it because you've got to get into buildings, you've got to run,
Climb
you
ladders.
got to climb
with,
ladders.
with tools, with your gear.
Yeah.
In sometimes very adverse conditions. Extreme cold, extreme heat.
Right.
Rain. Yeah.
Yeah. Sleet, snow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I was going to say because, what you have to go through, as a firefighter, that has, because emotionally you have to prepare.
Oh yeah.
To where you're going, and then and then once you get there, you don't know the conditions
Right.
of where you're going. Somebody might say, "Okay, we've got a call," you're responding, but once you get to the scene, you have no idea what you're working with. So people
Right.
have to emotionally, mentally, and physically be prepared to be a firefighter.
Right, and I'm glad you said that because I can't stress enough how much it takes a certain amount of emotional maturity to do this job because you are literally dealing with people at their worst moments.
Yeah.
It could be a miscarriage. It could be someone shot. It could be someone in extreme distress from asthma, from a heart attack. It could be so many
So
different
many things.
It
Yeah.
could be so many different things, and not only do you have to have a certain amount of emotional maturity to navigate your patient through that call,
Right.
because when I'm on scene with a patient, I am their advocate. I'm
Exactly.
the one who makes sure that myself and my partner are the ones who make sure that their needs are met, their needs are taken care of, whatever medical issues they have are addressed and treated and handled, in the short time that we have them before
Right.
the ambulance gets there. And not only do you have to have that brand of emotional maturity, you also have to have the kind of maturity where you have integrity and character, because we are walking around people's houses. We are, faced with their valuables, whether it's, cash laying out on the table, or it's, jewelry or
Right.
A patient may say, "Oh, well, look in my pocketbook for my
medication." Right. Exactly.
Yeah, so you just learn to do things like, okay, here, I'm going to give you your pocketbook, and you give me your med list. Or I'll look for it in front of you, so there's no, miscommunication about, what was done and what wasn't done, in case, something happens.
Wow. And and like you said, integrity, trust. So when people apply for this, they can't take that lightly.
Exactly.
It's not what, and it's not what we see on TV. You know how we have reality TV shows that, I mean, you've seen it all. They've got Chicago Fire. They've got everything. NYPD. No.
Because
I know you don't.
Apart, like the ladder 49, the backdraft. I don't watch that stuff.
No, you don't, because it doesn't downplay what you're actually out there doing. It gives a depiction, but not I think a real enough perceptive, of.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's sensationalized.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of thing that sells.
Right. Exactly.
Yep. So I mean, life in the firehouse, the greater majority of the time, depending on where you are, could probably be a lot more routine and a lot more mundane. I mean, yeah, you have your share of, funny stories and, drama and, that kind of thing. But by and large, we don't see TV level.
No, because you're actually out there doing the real stuff.
Yeah.
So now after there's that process, so then there's the written. Then what's next?
What's next is the physical agility.
Mm-hmm.
The state puts on a CPAT exam, but from what I understand, they don't do it often. And you need to have your CPAT, certified by a certain time. So if it goes, beyond that time, then it's expired and it's no good. But New Haven has its own version of a CPAT.
Okay,
they will accept.
And can you explain to our listeners what a CPAT is? Is that a certification?
Yes, it's just a physical ability test.
Okay.
That demonstrates your ability to be able to do things that we do, at fires on the fire ground. Whenever we're out fighting a fire.
Wow. Okay. So once they get that, once you get online, you apply, you get written, then the agility test. Then what's the next step? Do you go through 3 interviews? Like sometimes you go on a job interview. Is it like, all right, okay.
Final interview.
Right.
You have to go through a background check.
Okay.
Where they come through your background you can't have any felonies. You have to be 18 years old at the time of application. You have to not have any felonies, and you have to have a valid driver's license.
Okay, so
unlike the police department where you have to be 21, you only have to be 18.
18 to apply.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
And again, emotional maturity, because a lot of 18s aren't.
Right, exactly. And you, like you said, if they're going to be on a team, your team, or on an engine, then you have to have that camaraderie, number one, but then you have to have the trust amongst all of your other fellow firefighters, and
some serious interpersonal skills, because there are so many of us. And if you end up in a double house, which means there's an engine and a truck, there could be up to 8 or 9 other personalities that you have to navigate through and deal with. And
wow.
Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's easy, because people don't all live the same.
Right. And, no, you're right.
Some people's standards for what is normal
are not standards for
what is normal. Exactly.
Right, you
So
have
it
like
can
the
be
neat
challenging.
freak, you have the neat freak, somebody that has an
Exactly.
OCD, somebody that, or
Exactly.
somebody that just doesn't care,
Exactly.
if,
Exactly.
their socks are laying around or what
Right.
have you. Yeah.
But that's where your maturity and your wisdom and your interpersonal skills come in handy, because there are ways to get around it. You just have to figure out what those ways are
Right.
in a way that doesn't get you suspended.
Now, let me ask you, okay, so how many spots, if that you know of, are available for the next term now? So let's just say everyone, they applied, background check, they're of age,
Mm-hmm.
agility, good, stress
Mhm.
tests, they can, go through a building.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, where do they have the test for the training? Like, just, is that the last part of that?
The physical agility.
Yes.
The physical agility is held at our training academy, the Regional Fire Training Academy for New Haven, at number 230 Boulevard near Kimberly Avenue.
Okay, so that's where that's where you go when you. Okay.
Yes, when you're invited after you successfully pass the written.
Okay, and now
you
how?
need a 70 or greater.
That's amazing. But now, how many people actually make it to that point out of like 1,000 applicants?
I can't give you that number yet.
Okay, no, that's. So, but now,
don't know.
right?
No, we don't know yet.
Okay.
Because they still have to
comb through.
Yeah, they still have to comb through, make sure that all the requirements are met as far as the application. Because
Right.
if you do one thing wrong, then your application is discarded.
Okay.
So as long as
Everything is
providing that everything is good with all 1,000, then all 1,000 are invited to take the physical agility.
Wow. And once they take that, then
And pass it.
and
Because
pass
it's
it
tough. It is tough.
to pass.
Yes.
Do you get one try, or do you, is it a one try thing? It's like, all right, this is, it's your time to shine.
Well, in the past,
It's like, let's go.
your time to pass out from all the physical. Well, historically,
Right.
before this particular go around, the last time, they were given, I think, a week to do a practice run, and then they come back like the following week to take the actual test, just so they know what's expected, what areas they may be weak in, or where they may need to improve, because it takes a lot of cardio,
Right.
and a lot of upper body strength, and the legs are most important.
Okay.
The legs are definitely most important, because I actually proctored the last physical agility that we had, and the two areas that people failed the most were the treadmill and search and rescue. Search and rescue, you're in a container,
Okay.
and you literally have to. It's kind of like a maze.
Wow.
So you're kind of like a mouse in a maze, trying to make your way
through.
Yeah. So people were claustrophobic and freaked out a little bit. And the first event was a lot tougher than you would think, because you're wearing a weighted vest.
Right.
And
Like
a
almost
helmet.
like if you have your
Exactly.
all of your
Right.
equipment on.
Right, to simulate our firefighting gear. And the treadmill is only like 3 minutes or 3 minutes and 20 seconds, but it's long because the treadmill goes so slow, and you're not allowed to touch the side rails. So,
Okay,
that was the maker and breaker.
Of a lot of people that
Yes.
had applied.
Yes. Yeah.
So
and,
folks, get in the gym, right?
oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
get in the gym.
But you know what? I think cardio and leg strength are paramount, because we did have guys who
You
looked
could
like
run.
they spent hours and hours every week
in
at
the gym, but
and that first event just knocked them out.
wow. Okay, right, and you're right. There's other ways that you can get cardio.
Yeah.
Other ways that you can do like leg training. You're absolutely right. As long as you're up and active, and you're physical, then I think that's what's important. So now once everyone passes, let's just say a handful of folks, or not a handful, let's just say 100 people pass.
Right.
Are there enough jobs in the city or at the engines that, are you lacking, fire people? Or is there like room for, a lot of folks that are applying?
Well, I think there's always going to be room every couple of years because of retirements and promotions. So just like, I think 2 or 3 Fridays ago, we had a promotional ceremony where we promoted like 30 some odd people. So for every promotion, that leaves a spot open. Right.
Okay.
So the chief right now is looking to fill 35 positions initially. And then after, everybody passes everything, they get put on what's called an approved civil service list that is certified by the city, and the chief can go back to that list to pick the next class after the current class that he's after.
Oh, wow.
Until the list expires.
Expires.
Right, and
Got
it expires in 2 years.
In 2 years.
Right, so if you are interested in the job and you don't get selected before that list dies, then
Or equipment.
you want to try my gear on, huh?
I do.
I know. It's okay.
Do they have heels? I mean, because I can't run in flats. So if I was going to be a firefighter, I would have to have like a little.
No, crazy, you don't have
I need. See, that's why I can. That's the problem. I just can't. I can't walk in flats. So I probably yes.
Oh,
Well-
you are a simple lunatic. Do they have heels? I can see you now in
Yeah,
red lips and heels trying to fight a fire.
I would. Yeah, because I would do my best job with that. In all honesty and seriousness.
And I do have a timeline.
Okay.
The applications, as we said, were released on May 4th
Mhm.
online. The written exam is scheduled for June 10th.
Okay.
Which is in
About a month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The oral exams will be June 24th and 25th.
Okay.
So a couple of weeks after that. Scoring of everything will be mid-July
Okay.
because
Oh.
they're going to take everything into consideration.
Right.
Your written test, your oral exam, and your physical agility.
Okay.
And they hope to post a civil service list August 1st.
Mm.
So
So-
it's sort of quick.
Sort of. Yeah. So you're not waiting 6 months to
Right.
a year. You're just,
Right. Well, you are, but the process, sort of moves along. And the chief hopes to see the class by October.
Oh, wow.
Which
That
means
is-
that, if they spend 15 to 24 weeks that he predicts in the academy, then they'll be in the firehouse upon successful completion of everything next year.
Very nice. See, so there, and you know what? We were just saying, it's a job, but this is an amazing career opportunity
Oh,
that
absolutely.
that folks, so I, just like I said, I hope that people applied. And if you did apply, 203-872-7356, give us a buzz here at the Culture Cocktail. And while I have Erica Bogan, who's a 19-year vet with the city's fire department, and you can ask questions. This is the perfect time. If not, I know they could find you on Facebook. And because some people get like radio shy and they're not on camera, so they can't get camera shy, but they get radio shy. But they can contact you, and just to ask questions, because it's I think once you've gone through it, I think you can go back to when you first started the app with
Mm-hmm.
the whole process, and you're now, like I said, 19 years in, and you're probably like, where did the time go? But
Yeah. In some aspects, it seems like, oh wow, this is a long road, and then you think,
Right.
other things it's like, wow, this flew by,
yeah,
and then you're sort of, looking at the retirement door, like, I don't
mm,
know,
retirement.
Maybe I should go, but it's an amazing opportunity if you are. I mean, I was able to raise my children and take care of them through this job. All of them were born with asthma.
Wow.
So, the benefits that the city offers.
I love
came
your
in
kids,
handy.
by the way.
Oh, those are my
They're
babies.
beautiful.
Thank you. I'm waiting
Beautiful
for you to have
souls.
one,
Yes.
or 3.
Or no, I'll be dropping one off at the firehouse 5, engine 5, and saying, there you go.
But listen, starting salary.
Yeah, let's talk salary.
Right now, until the contract, until next year when the fiscal year changes.
Right.
But as of right now, firefighter trainees, $40,476
You
per our
cannot
contract.
beat that.
No, you
That's a
really can't.
career.
I
That
mean,
is
walking
a
in the
career.
door. Walking in the door, you're never going to make that anywhere.
No.
Construction, maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But look at
But
everything
not-
they do compared to what we do. I mean, they're out there like 6 in the morning till 3 or 4 or 5 in the afternoon under
Right.
all sorts of adverse, crazy weather, extreme heat, extreme cold.
Right.
Risking their lives. Way, way high up in the scaffolding. And,
Yeah. So
in
I'm
the framework of building that's insane to me.
that is completely insane. And so that's why I can see those two careers and job opportunities that you, like you said, walking in the door, that you can make that, amount of money. So now after you become a trainee, what's like a typical salary for somebody that's, let's say, just 2 years on the job, or
2 years
maybe-
you go up to 45,627.
okay.
And then the third year you max out at 52,553.
I mean, that's
for
that's
3
a
years?
great salary.
Yeah, I mean, how many people do you know who can walk into a job knowing nothing. And that's the thing I love about civil service,
Yeah.
is that it takes an average citizen and makes
Right.
them a sworn civil servant.
Right.
You know, which
Like
is
that.
awesome, because that's what I was. I
Right.
mean, yeah, I worked in dispatch, but you know, I was basically a citizen.
Right. Exactly.
And, you know, they took
So
me.
you got
Yeah, you went
to
through
the
the
position.
academy. Yeah, and they
Mhm.
make you a sworn civil servant. So you know, it's an amazing opportunity. I've been able to do so much, and I'm blessed to be able to influence. You know, be as influential as I can.
Right.
I've talked to students at Hill House. I've talked to a couple of churches about recruitment. You know,
Nice.
I just wish
Get
that
the
I
word
had.
out.
Yeah, I just wish that, you know, the timing had been a little bit better, because I could have, you know, gotten to more
More
people.
folks. But yeah,
Yeah,
but you know what? You were out there, and you know what the great thing is that you were out there, and people were made aware that this was an opportunity. And you know, there's always, you know, next year, because I'm sure it's not too, you know, never too early to look into,
Right.
you know, something like that now, and just be prepared to that when there's more
Yeah, that's a good
application purpose, you know, appointments coming out, people are on top of that. And yes, and speaking of you going out and speaking to the community, and because you're a mentor, so I know you go out, and I know like the kids, and especially like, you know, the young ladies that are in school, probably that, well, I know they look up to you, because it's like, I can absolutely do this type of job. So how rewarding is it when you are out speaking to like these teens
It's
about
amazing.
this, you know, job, what you do?
Yeah, it's amazing, because I think back to when I was that age, and no, I would never want to ever go back there again.
I
think
know.
back to when I was that age,
Right.
and
Yeah. Oh.
and
2 minutes.
I didn't have a direction or anywhere I wanted to be, for sure. So if I had a me back then telling me that I could do this job,
Right.
I'd probably be 20 extra years in, rather than, you know, just the 19 that I am now.
Right, exactly. And that's fair, because like you said, unless you have someone who's, you know, in front of you, and you're that role model, that they actually see that, then, you know, it's just, I think that's why it's so important that you have given back, and you continue to give back by going out and speaking to churches, and going online, and coming here to the, you know, to the radio show, just to let people know, listen, there is an opportunity. Because you know what happens, we always find ourselves going or saying this phrase, we just didn't know.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
did that happen?
It's
We
so
didn't
common.
know.
It's
I would,
so
if,
common.
right. People say, if I had known, I would have. But that's where you have
Yeah.
been very successful in making sure that our community knows about opportunities like that. So we are very thankful for you. And we are so now, before you go, all right, again, just if you have questions about the process, you can inbox us at the Culture Cocktail Hour, the New Haven Independent, or shoot Erica an inbox, and just, you know, ask her questions. Like I said, it's always good to know somebody that's behind the scenes, and that has decades, not just a couple of years, but decades in this field. You know, so you can get more information. But there is a festival that I've been trying to get together with the New Haven Fire Department. It's called the Hotter Than Heck Festival. Yes, and it doesn't have to do with chili, but it is hot, hot, hot. I know, we can have some chili there, but I really want to get a dancing with, you know, the New Haven Fire Department.
Okay.
So and it'll be fun, because what we do is we match. We go to all the engines.
Mhm.
You nominate a person from your engine to to represent the engine. The engine will then submit like a small clip
Okay.
of that person's dancing skills.
Oh,
You beginner to we take beginners.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and then we get a charitable cause. We have like a night out fundraiser. We haven't picked the cause yet.
Right.
But I want to make that happen. So
That sounds like fun.
I know you know folks. So let's just try to get that together for maybe the fall of this year.
That sounds good.
Yes.
I'm in.
Good. Erica, it's so good to see you, my friend. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I'm so excited that we got to spend some time together here. I am coming by that. I'm coming by there, and I'll come by
Are you
in my
gonna be hungry?
sneakers. I'm going to be hungry, and I will come by in my sneakers, because I want to the gear, and I want to kind of see what you guys do
No
during
deer
the
and
day.
heels? Come on.
I know,
you gotta bring your
right?
heels.
I'll put the lipstick on, but I will be respectful and I will not wear any heels. I promise.
That's okay if you do.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Erica. Well, that's our time, folks. Thank you again for joining in. Don't forget to always keep your glass full. Stay positive, stay focused. Until next time. Awesome. Nice.
You know what I forgot to mention? The chief is also arranging a boot camp
Oh, really?
to prepare for women only.